just tell me the story. I don't know who, JT, Stephen, and you guys are in cohort 2 together. Where did the idea come from? Why did you feel like it was important to do? Talk about it.
I think I reached out to Jenny and Ann and asked them about an idea of having something visible throughout Napa that says anything from like no racism allowed and things like that. But initially, I wanted to have like actual like post, like stop sign post, something permanent. So yeah, so we came together and we met quite a few times and going back and forth with and it was a great learning experience for me.
And Rainbow Action Network last year, one of our goals for this year was to make business signs for businesses to be able to say we welcome all races, all religions, all countries of origin, all sexual orientations, whatever. So this felt like an amazing piece to add to it. So that's why we kind of made it a project of Rainbow Action Network too, as something that individuals can do. And the commitments piece felt really important. So we spent a lot of time on the commitments so that we could, it's one thing. And granted, like I say, it's easy to put a yard sign out, but we've had some people take a sign and then get nervous and not put the sign out. So I think just putting the sign out is a step and it's something. And the commitments are meant to remind people that with that sign, every time you see that sign, remember that you're committing to do these things too, which helps me, even like just me putting, and I'm already doing a lot of this stuff, but just like seeing my sign, my girls see my sign, and every morning they say Mama's sign when they see it in somebody else's yard. And it reminds me like how important all of this is and that we're all role models in the community now. Like we're role modeling this. We're strong enough to role model being anti-racist and, pro-human and all of it. It feels especially important right now. Yeah.
I'll just add that, I'll sort of piggyback on Anne about the role model piece because through my work with teens, I've got teens of all races. I've got teens from other countries who have experienced xenophobia. I have teens who are, disabled. My son's girlfriend, and I have teens, who are in the LGBT community. We're all allies. So all of these things are really important commitments for me to make to show our teens that we're here for them and we support them. And the sad thing is that a lot of our teens can't put these signs at their house because their parents may not want them up there, but they're seeing us doing it. So we're those other people in the community that are safe and accepting and loving no matter what. So it's really important that even one sign, you don't know how many people are going to see it. Each sign is going to have many impressions. It's a ripple effect. So like JT, driving around town, every time I see one, I just get the chills, because I don't know who all has them. I don't know how far beyond us this reaches. And that's what's so beautiful about this work that we're doing.
Why do we need to be talking about this? I mean, let's just let things settle down. There's lots of tension in the air. Why do we need a Napa Strong yard sign and pledges to things? It's not affecting me. So why do we need to bother with this?
I think two reasons. I think we can easily be complacent, and complicit and just let it flow over, and then it'll circle back and just something would happen. And so if this is not done, we can start doing preventive work. I mean, we're kind of doing like prevention work, and we're actually responding as well. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's one reason. And then another reason, I mean, Napa is strong enough. I really feel like there's a lot of strength here and potential to really fight all of these things. And I think even, and I heard you, Jenny, say that even some of the parents don't agree. And even that, if they put so much power and strength to resist, I feel like if the education is there, and then they can turn around and use that same power and put it in places where it's really needed. And so I think those are kind of like the two reasons why this is necessary.
Once I learned silence is on the side of the oppressor, that's that quotation or remark really stuck with me, that being complacent is actually allowing the power structure to exist and not be called out. And so the signs or speaking up and saying, I'm not comfortable with that expression or that use of those terms, just helps everybody remain cognizant of what actually is going on around us.
And I'll just say back to my kids, one of my my teen council vice president, Kalea, was really, of course, involved in the protests, the Black Lives Matter movement, but she, from the beginning, was feeling nervous about what happens next. She's gotten some, criticism and been kind of a target. And she just said, but what next? What about when this goes away? Then it won't be important to people anymore. And so that probably, I think we had that conversation at the same time JT came to me and said, can we do something? I said, heck yeah, we've got to do something to continue this, and make this commitment to move forward and take action, not just making a commitment, but taking action.
Well, we talked a lot about some of the things that people in Napa say as a community to connect, and we say we're Napa strong when we're going through a crisis. And it felt important to acknowledge that racism and discrimination are also a crisis. And we need to be Napa strong around this too, not just around fires and around earthquakes. And we do so well around that. So let's be Napa strong enough. Let's take that mentality, that belief about ourselves, and keep it around this crisis too, and really do something about it as a community.
You bring up an important point, because I think the Napa strong enough, like we're strong enough to stand, to fight against the outcomes of fires and we that big earthquake and majority of the people who were severely impacted were people that we are speaking about, and I think this brings light to that as well. The racism and discrimination and even natural disasters and the
COVID
of it. So in COVID, yeah, exactly. And so this speaks to so many different things, and just like I said earlier, I think Napa is strong enough to do this work.